Hey YouTube, isolators. This is Buckfastercaster Classic Series. This will be number 29 of God knows how many of these I'm going to make. I threatened to stop making them before Christmas, and then people keep asking me for them, so I'll keep making them. Yeah, so for this I'm just playing through my usual wee Laney VC15, and I'm using this cabinet just because it sounds better having three 12-inch speakers than it does having one 10-inch, even though the one that's in it's pretty good. Doesn't sound a lot better, just sounds bigger. Yeah, so that's all, no pedals on just now. So this wiring, I always make every one of these different. I've never made two the same. So this one I bought pickup covers from China, so they're actually red, they're not painted red, these are actually red plastic stuff. So I bought that from China, it arrived last week, and I actually bought two sets of them, planning ahead. So master volume, master tone, and the middle tone switch does something else. It does a wiring diagram, which I've actually had to I've had to reassemble this guitar like 3 or 4 times. I'm misreading my own wiring diagram, which I made up for a Squire P90 Strat that I made 3 weeks ago, something like that. I'm going to try and keep this video a bit short rather than just being 20 minutes of me talking pish. Usual complaints, although I don't know. Because I'm isolated, I'm not isolating, I'm not actually getting to talk to anyone, so at least I'm getting to talk to a camera, which is something. Been working my way through Star Trek The Next Generation, and I'm now on, I don't know, season 3 or 2 or 4 or something like that, and it's an episode about 3 ago, and it was like really good. It's wow, a really good Star Trek. I can't remember what happened in it. Really good Star Trek episode, wow. And then whatever series I'm on now, they seem to be really shit, and then amazing, and then really shit for a few, and then amazing. It's like kind of, they've sort of gone on to, which I always remember Voyager, Star Trek Voyager, when it was on, doing this as well. I'm a bit of a Trekkie me. Not enough to buy any DVDs or anything like that, you know, just watch them on telly, or in this case Netflix. And it's like they occasionally, I think when they're trying to do a cheap episode, they do an episode about the guy who works in the kitchen, and it's just pure rubbish. You know, it's like all about how he falls in love with a hologram or something. You're just like, you know, pish. But anyway, I'm now on to rewatching Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's not having the same rewatch value that I thought it was going to have. It's alright. I liked it first time through, but I kind of need new episodes, I think. Yeah, so back to the guitar. So this rotary switch, as I said, is the same from the Squire P90 one. If you've got it fully clockwise, it's a Stratocaster. So you just get your usual 5 positions are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're in position B, which is in the next, click it anti-clockwise, it's the Gilmore switch, which adds in the neck pickup, which means that in positions 5 and 4, in position 5 you get bridge and neck, sort of Telecaster I'll call it. Hope that's not COVID-19. Don't think so. I'll just got something in my throat. Yeah. Yeah, so it gives you Telecaster sounds, and if you go into position 4, you get all 3 on, both of which sounds you can't normally get on a Strat. And then if you go up to the next one up, it reverses the phase of the middle pickup. So in positions 2 and 4, you get a phased sound. And then if you go to the last one, it gives you these 2 wired as a humbucker. So if you're in the middle position, these 2 are a humbucker, and if you go into the middle position, or into position 2, you get these 2 wired as a humbucker plus this one in parallel. So you get like an extra, as I say, you get 2 extra sounds in each one, so you get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 sounds out of this. Try to keep it relatively simple. Obviously, if you've got this dialed all the way round to clockwise to position A or position 1 on the rotary, it's just a Strat, nothing to be confused about, rather than spending ages. I mean, I could do all this with individual switches. I just like the idea of, I always feel there's a bit of a redundancy having 2 tone controls on a Strat anyway, really. So it's like, rather than putting extra switches in, if I just hide it there, you would never know. So you can just have it there, and it's not like you ever use it. You still got a master tone, you know, the tone operates on all the pickups. Pretty easy stuff. So I suppose I'll run through some sounds a little bit. With the Neck pickup. Position 2. Back knot Then middle pickup on its own. Then position 4, which is these two, I think as well. Then bridge on its own. Yeah, I want to talk about the phase control. I've already talked about this. I don't know if I've already done a video. Anyway, so when you're in the position like 2, which is these two on, I've heard people say that it's that's out of phase. It's not. That's what it sounds like out of phase. So that's the middle pickup reversed. Which gives you a really thin. A lot of Japanese guitars in the 80s had this. That's where I stole the idea from. It's good for funky stuff. If I could play funk, I would play it. But I was using it, if you're using like for a loop pedal or for recording, it is another sound. I mean, you can just ignore these sounds if you don't want them. But it's kind of, you get a sort of acousticy thing going on. We'll go back into in phase. So I'm trying to keep this video down. As we already talked for 7 minutes, I've not started playing. Okay, so a couple of minutes of just jamming. Good enough. Position 2. Position 4. Neck. That's the bridge on its own. Now they're going to Gilmore, it's the outside 2. Put the rat pedal on. All 3 on. Go for some phase. Which is it's for like funky stuff. But see if you try and play see for something like jumping jack flies would be in it. No idea what guitar Keith was using for Jumpin' Jack Flash, but it clearly had a phase option on it. So it could be useful. The next one up is, so this is it, these two in humbucker mode. This is the humbucker plus the neck and pound. Right, I'm going to stop. I've been doing too many videos recently where I'm just jamming for 20 minutes, so I'm going to stop doing that because I keep repeating myself. I found someone the other day actually asked if I had a SoundCloud, and it was like, oh, I used to have a SoundCloud, or they sent me a SoundCloud link to their band, and then when I was looking, I signed in SoundCloud, oh, there was me, and I had a picture of my profile picture as a picture of the Star Destroyer Mark 1. That's the Mark II, which is green. I forgot I did that. And I was, I did a couple of songs, not very many. This is 8-9 years ago or something like that. And I totally sound exactly the same on the guitar. I've really not learned very much. I think I make less mistakes now, but I'm still playing the same thing. Really, I was quite disgusted with myself with a sort of certain melody line that I keep playing. That I can't help it. I keep playing. I need to try and break away from it and do something else. Yeah, I did a version. Look up on SoundCloud, and I think I'm not even Mad Malcolm. I'm not. Don't bother looking up on SoundCloud. It was an incredibly ambitious song. I did a version of a song about the Crinan Canal, which I bought on a VHS videotape years ago because I thought it looked funny. It was sea shanties or something, and it was done by some of the people that were in the Vital Spark. You know, like the old sort of BBC, I think it was BBC comedy, Scottish comedy thing about a puffer. And there was one called the Crinan Canal, and it was hilarious. So I kind of reworked it a bit, and I went. Must have been when I had my 16-track first set up, and I was so ambitious with it. I mean, I had like my SG Enemy. I think, to be honest, back at this point, I maybe had like 4 guitars or 5 guitars or something. You know, not the absolute pile that I've got just now. Pre-Japanese guitars as well. Although the other one did notice there's a bit with 8-string basses on it as well. So I've got 8-string bass on a bit of a bass, at least one electric guitar, I don't know, an acoustic, a 12-stringer. I played drums live on a Yamaha. It was called a DD55. It was just like a sort of square thing, like the top of a table, and it had separate pads, like sort of foot pedals for the kick drum and the thing. When I actually played it live. I've never really worked out how to use like a drum program and anything like that. I quite like that pedal because you just press it and it just goes. But I quite like that, but I could never really be bothered with learning how to program, so I played it all live, and there was a disco bit in it and a big ascending bit, and it was horrendous, really badly sung. I even tried to do like a 4-part harmony or something, and it was like it was cringeworthy to listen to, but I do have to admit that I was quite impressed with how incredibly ambitious I was with it. Yeah, but I digress. I need to try and get myself get some sort of recording set back up again, just to find something to do. It's like I'm finding myself getting so unbelievably lazy, just hanging about, not being able to go out. It's really difficult. I don't know how everyone else is getting on. Not that I really ever went out that often, really. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I'm a hermit anyway, but it's like just not being able to makes it really difficult. And actually, like, I just talk to people online now. It's like rather than real life. But things are not. It's mental, getting scary. I keep thinking I've got the virus. I had a headache. Was it yesterday, the day before, when it was like, oh god, woke up and I had like a sore neck and stuff, and it was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die. And then I realised, oh hold on, it's like outside and it was cold and stuff, and I was like, alright, and maybe I've been lying wrong. So like I took a couple of paracetamol, I was totally fine. An hour later, and it's like, so I didn't have it. And then even there, when I had a wee cough, I mean, obviously I don't have a cough, I don't have a sore throat, I just had a wee you don't think anything of it until suddenly you're worried about dying from the plague. So good luck to everyone. Keep it up, stay at home. So hopefully I'm kind of trying to break in the monotony a little bit, adding a little bit of sunshine into your life. Aye, so next video I'll be intentionally really upbeat. I'll dig out another guitar to do a jam on. I've not quite done videos for all of them yet. I don't think, or at least I can at least say I've not done videos for all my guitars since I got the decent camera and the decent mic. So, and since I got a bit talkative and started talking, I've noticed if you look at some of the very early videos, it was like my original plan on YouTube when I actually bought the webcam. There's my very earliest videos I've just done on like my phone and stuff. And I did a couple of videos of like me jamming and me out in the boat and stuff like that. And then I decided what I was going to do is I was going to catalogue the guitars that I had that I couldn't find any information of, and there weren't any videos on YouTube of. And I was going to try and do it for 2 minutes, and it's like, I mean, I tried to do it for 10 minutes there. I'm already at 17 minutes and I've not had a big extended jam. I've just been talking. So it's amazing. I don't know how. I mean, they can't. That must have been just like pure, yes, this, buckfaster. It's like single coils, chords, don't, right, bye. Kind of that sort of thing. And I was probably talking incredibly fast. Those ones as well. But what I have actually been playing, I was saying, getting a bit pissed off when I've been playing, keep playing exactly the same thing on the guitar. I've been playing that resonator. I was playing it last night, and I was actually getting somewhere with the slide. I was like, you're just sitting. I was watching, what's the film I was watching? It was ridiculous. John Wick 3. I don't know. I recognise some of the people. I think I've seen John Wick 1 or 2. Keanu Reeves, who can't act, but it kind of works when he's an assassin. So again, I digress, I'm just talking now. So I'm not really putting these up for sale. I did sell the last Buckfast one in advance sort of thing. So I don't really want people to be breaking quarantine to come and pick them up, or for me to break quarantine to come and drop them off. I mean, even when I do it, my plan is I can see out my car out in the street at the front. So when the guy comes to pick up the Bucky guitar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in the car the night before. And then when he comes, I'll just remote unlock it and shout at him through the window just to try and keep. But he said he's passing on his way to work, so it's only like a 5-minute detour, so he's not going out specifically for it. That's kind of what I'm worrying about doing this. It's like I don't want to. I've only been out. I'm going out once every 4 days or something. I've got one journey to do. I've got to go out on and pick up my MIDI guitar, which Frettronics have fixed. Well, he's not fixed. He's waiting for parts for it, but he seems to have found out what's wrong with it. So I totally can't wait to get my MIDI guitar back working, and my Mini Brute synth as well is fixed. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to go pick up that guitar, drop off 2 guitars to my pal who bought them a week ago, and I'm refusing to go out unless I can, and I'll go to Asda because they're all within a couple of miles of each other, so at least then I've got an excuse. I'm just out getting food. It's like there's only so much food you can buy in a wee co-op round the corner. It's not very big, and I've kind of sampled everything they've got, really, but I need to buy like a week's amount of food rather than just buying a couple of days worth. But I'm getting amazing mileage out the car. I think someone said, is anyone else getting like 3 weeks to the gallon, but I put petrol in, or I'd put diesel in. If we put petrol in, my car would blow up again. And it's like months ago and it's still got half a tank. It's like, wow, it's just not going down at all because I'm only doing like a mile every 4 days. So it's like, so stay strong, stay healthy, and stay metal. Rock and roll.